Which point is a solution to this linear quadratic system? All right, linear quadratic. All right, this is linear and this is quadratic. So they're telling us up front that we have a parabola, all right, this quadratic, and a line, the linear. So we can imagine them intersecting at 2 points, perhaps, something like this. So we are going to be looking for these intersection points. So I'm going to use substitution to find them. Y equals 2x plus 6. So I can take this 2x plus 6 and substitute it in for y right here. So this equation right here, if I plug in 2x plus 6, will become 2x plus 6 equals x squared plus 4x plus 3. Okay, I put the 2x plus 6 over here and it became this. Now I'm going to solve this by getting 0 on one side. So I will subtract 2x from both sides. Notice how I line up my like terms. And I will subtract 6 from both sides. That will give me 0 equals x squared plus 2x minus 3. Hope you don't mind if I put the 0 over on the right hand side. It makes me feel more comfortable. Hopefully this will factor. On my last problem I had to use the quadratic formula and that was uncomfortable for me. So x squared is x times x and 3 can only be 3 times 1. Inner plus outer equals middle. Inner I have 3x, outer I have 1x. I'm trying to get a middle of positive 2. That means I need a positive and a negative. So that would translate into a positive and a negative. Positive 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. So this is the correct factorization. To get the solutions to this equation, I need to set these factors equal to 0. Okay, if I subtract 3 from both sides, I get x equals negative 3. If I add 1 to both sides, I get x equals 1. Now, this is not the final answer. These are just the x values. When you're talking about a system of equations, you know, when you have two equations, you have x's and y's. So we have the x values, but we still need the y values. So I like to make a table of values whenever I solve a system to help focus my brain. So I have these x values right now. I have negative 3 and I have 1. But I need the y values to go with them. Now I can either use my calculator or I can do it by hand. It would be fairly easy to do this by hand. If I wanted to find out the y value for an x value of negative 3, then I just plug in negative 3 for x. So I could go 2 times negative 3 plus 6. I'm plugging in negative 3 and this will give me the y value. So that's going to be negative 6 plus 6. Well, that's 0. So I just found that I've got a y value of 0. If I wanted to use my calculator, then I would use my table feature and I would just type in, really either one of these two equations would do. But I might as well do the easy one, 2x plus 6. So if I type in 2x plus 6 and go to my table, and I'm going to use the ask feature. Okay, and my two x values are negative 3 and 1. Okay, so I could just type in negative 3 and 1. So I get 0 and 8 for the y values. So I got 0, it's the same 0 I got by hand, and now I've got 8. So these are my answers. Negative 3 comma 0 and 1 comma 8. Those are the solutions to this system. So which point is the solution? Negative 3 comma 0, well that's it right there. I guess we'll call that A. technically, you know, on our answer choices, we have A, B, C, D. This must be A, B, C, and D. But either way, that's the answer. Looking at the rest of these, 1, -8, nope. 3, 0, nope, it's -3. 0, -3, nope, that's backwards.